Okay, so let's get into this. We're looking at a piece of hardware today that kind of sits at a really strange intersection.
Mm-hmm.
It's branded by QSC, the audio and control giant. But the specs, I mean, they just scream
I
Hollywood.
really do.
We're talking about the NC-PRO15X-BK. And, right off the bat, we have to address the elephant in the room.
The price tag.
Yeah. This is a PTZ camera that costs roughly $9,600.
It is a staggering price if you're comparing it to, say, a regular webcam. But that's just the wrong comparison.
Okay.
This isn't a computer peripheral. What you're seeing here is QSC trying to bring legitimate broadcast standards into the corporate boardroom.
But $9,000, I mean, for that money, I kind of expected to do my taxes. What is actually under the hood here that justifies the cost of a used sedan?
Well, it all starts with a partnership that basically changes the entire conversation.
Okay.
It's built by Canon. QSC didn't just source some generic sensor. They integrated Canon's entire optical pipeline. You're getting a 1-inch 4K UHD CMOS sensor.
A 1-inch sensor. That is massive for a PTZ.
Mm-hmm.
Most conference cams are running, like a 12.8-inch sensor? Significantly smaller.
Precisely. And that one difference is really the key takeaway here. A 1-inch sensor gathers exponentially more light.
Right.
So it lowers the noise floor in, a dimly lit conference room, which is huge. But more importantly, it gives you a cinematic depth of field.
So you get that slight background blur that separates the person from the wall behind them?
Exactly. It stops looking like a flat security camera feed.
I also saw something on the spec sheet that stood out. A built-in ND filter. You usually only see that on actual cinema rigs, like the Canon C-Series. Why would you put that in a conference room?
For the windows.
The windows.
Think about it. Modern boardrooms are basically glass fishbowls. Without an ND filter, a camera has to crank its shutter speed way up to handle all that bright sunlight.
And that makes movement look jerky and sort of staccato.
You got it. The ND filter mechanically cuts the light coming into the lens, which lets the camera maintain a natural shutter speed. It keeps the motion smooth and cinematic, even at noon on a super sunny day.
That's a detail I feel like most AV manufacturers just completely overlook.
Mm-hmm.
Now, despite all the Canon glass, this is still a QSC product. It lives in the QXYS ecosystem.
Mm-hmm.
So how does a cinema-grade camera like this play with a networked audio platform?
This is where the value proposition really shifts from just a pretty picture to system architecture.
How so?
Because it runs on the QSYS platform, it effectively kills the traditional video matrix.
That is a very bold claim. I mean, usually you have a massive rack unit somewhere just switching HDMI cables between rooms.
And here, all of that routing happens over the network. It's an IP stream.
Okay.
You plug the camera in with one Ethernet cable, which also powers it, by the way, via PoE, and that video feed is now just a software object. You can route it to an overflow room, a recording server, a Zoom bridge, whatever, without running a single dedicated video cable.
So all the complexity moves from the physical rack to the software layer.
And it massively simplifies the install. You're not running SDI cables back to a central closet.
Yeah.
It supports NDI-HX, so it's ready for low latency distribution right out of the box. And it's treating video exactly how we've treated audio for the last decade, as data on a network.
But does that complexity alienate the actual user? I mean, if I walk in to start a Microsoft Teams call, do I need an engineering degree to pick the camera?
No, and that's the real magic here. That's the bridge between these two worlds.
Go on.
To the QSYS bridging peripheral, this $9,000 powerhouse just looks like a USB webcam. The user selects room camera in Teams, and it just works. They get the broadcast quality, the Canon dual-pixel autofocus, the smooth tracking, but the interface for them is completely standard.
It really feels like a maturation of the market. I mean, we spent the last 3 years just accepting good enough video because we were happy to be connected at all.
We are definitely past the can you hear me, can you see me phase. Now the expectation is production value. If a company is trying to close a $1 million deal over a video call, they don't want to look pixelated and washed out. They want the authority that comes with high-fidelity imaging.
It's the visual equivalent of wearing a tailored suit versus showing up in sweatpants.
That is a perfect way to put it.
So here's the thought to take with you. As hardware like this NC-PRO15X starts to democratize broadcast quality, are we reaching a point where the corporate meeting effectively becomes a television production? And if so, are we really ready for the kind of scrutiny that comes with that level of clarity?
High definition shows everything, after all.
Something to consider before your next video call. Thanks for diving in with us.